MR.TEMPO family, it's your girl Tiana here, wishing you a happy Monday and a happy Tempo anniversary. Today we have a very special guest. I'll be interviewing Rocky868 from Trinidad to discuss the release of his new music video, Long Time. And right now, since it is Tempo's anniversary, we are having a major gift giving ceremony. I am thrilled to announce that we are giving away music artist promotion packages to the top music video submissions that we received this week. So show us what you've got for a chance to win a free music artist promotion package. And that includes a live stream interview on the Caribbean's #1 music entertainment channel, live streamed worldwide, including your music video being aired on Tempo several times a day for several weeks and reaching our 1 million followers across social media with promotion. So get your music video the exposure that it deserves. Take advantage of this opportunity because we've never done something like this before. And I am super excited to see what people submit. So you can submit your music video to tcolbert@temponetworks.com. That's my email address. And I will leave it down in the comments as well so that you can submit your music video and be a featured guest across our platform. So I see that our guest has arrived, so I am going to invite him right in. Hello, Rocky.
Hi, how are you doing?
Thank you so much for taking the time to do this interview with me today. We are very excited to have you.
Thank you for having me.
And today is Tempo's anniversary, so you are the anniversary guest for today.
Well, happy anniversary to Tempo.
So I'm going to start by asking you, how did you first get started in the music industry? Like, when did you first realize that you wanted to be a recording artist?
It goes back to church. Yeah, I wasn't into soca back then. I used to go to church many years ago. It's not that I don't believe in church anymore. I haven't been able to go frequently, but I grew up in church and conducting service from time to time. And so I love R&B a lot. So I was actually more into that genre of music. And it's only later on in life, you know, starting to go out with friends and so on. I got into going to soca fests and stuff like that, and seeing various artists on stage like Ronnie McIntosh, Anson Douglas, Super Blue, you name them, you know.
Wow.
In Brass Festival as a youth, and you're seeing 11 bands in one venue. That's amazing. That's mind-blowing. So I was like, I need to be up there, because what happened is I'm a kind of person, I'm more or less the life of the party, more or less. So when I go with friends, I conduct my own party within the party. So I'm doing everything the singer is doing on stage. I'm doing my own version with my friends and have them going. So they're like, yo, you need to be up there. So so it's only naturally, eventually, it happened.
And can you tell us about a pivotal moment in your career that has led you to be the successful artist that you are today?
Well, I actually, my career started with a live band. I started at the age of 24, went to Asia actually. We were singing cover songs. So we planted the seed of soca, reggae, hip hop, everything down there because we were singing cover songs, all the #1 hits. So I worked for about 12 years in hotel and resorts, places like Brunei, Singapore, Thailand, Malaysia, Australia, Japan. Yeah. So I lived that life for a long time, and then when I came to Trinidad in between, while the band was on break, and I said, you know what? Because everybody down there always asks me, where's music you recorded? You know what I mean? Because you're singing other people's songs and they do it so well. What happened to your own music? And so I said, okay, you know what? I have to do. You know, soca, you know, I have to come down to Trinidad. I came to visit for about 3 weeks or so in the carnival season, and I went to Crosby Music Launch. That is the launch they used to have in St. James, where they would launch, have a stage, and they have all the new artists, because Crosby's back then used to it was as a record company. They sell records and CDs back then.
Mm-hmm.
So they would do a massive launch in St. James in Georgia Fifth Park, which is now called Mandela Park. And I went and I met the #1 producer at that time called Shell Shock. May he rest in peace. He was also a friend of mine eventually in the business. And he launched my career basically. We met, we spoke, and then I met a girl named Gaylan at that same event, and we exchanged numbers, and we decided, you know, okay, she wants to get involved. I say, okay. I didn't know her. She was there with Onika Bostic. May she rest in peace as well. I don't know if you know Onika. She was an excellent singer for many years. And we exchanged numbers, and then I flew back to New York and I met Chuck. He was working out of a studio in Queens at the time, and I was living in Long Island, residing there actually. And we went to the studio, and Gaylan flew across around that same time. And that is when we went into the studio, and she had an idea for a song. I had a chant that I had for another song. And while she was singing the song, I was like, okay, I could drop this chant in here, because I didn't release that song as yet. And it meshed. It's like, as we say in Trinidad and Tobago, plug and socket.
I've never heard that before. What does that mean?
Yeah, well, it's basically a plug that fits into the song. It's easy. It meshed, basically. Yeah, I think that's what the saying means. So it's called Look Mama Eye When I Whining, right? So that became a mega monster hit for us from 1999, and that's how my soca career launched. Yeah.
Awesome. That is
so that song went. That was on the top 10 in Jamaica, because yeah, all over. Look Mama When You're Whining is considered a classic to this day. A lot of people don't know who I am, because I haven't been consistently on the game, but the song still plays to this day, and so a lot of people grew up, a lot of people fell in love with that song. So yeah, so that's one I'm famously known as. They used to call me Rocky and Gaylan before, or Gaylan and Rocky. That was my name.
How do you feel you've grown the most as an artist during your career?
Well, because I don't categorize myself as a soca artist alone. I like all types of music, so I venture into reggae as well. I love reggae music. I love the conscious part of it though, because you can put a lot of message into it. And so and because of how the world is going today, I feel that I think sometimes, this is just my opinion, I think we as artists, somewhere along the line, yes, we will have the wine and jam and the jump up and enjoy yourself situation. And we do have soca music that have a lot of message in it. But I feel like with reggae, I could relate a little bit better there, because it's easygoing. So I think we have a responsibility as well to put out music with message. And this is what I've been doing lately, because we are in a unprecedented time where crime is concerned in many of the Caribbean islands, and it's very, very sad. And I believe music does have an influence. It can influence people to go one way or the other.
Yeah,
so if we can put out more of that, it could touch 1 or 2 people to change their minds from doing something that is not or ungodly, then we should do it.
Yes, very, very true. I strongly agree with that.
Yeah.
The graphics in Long Time are really well done. Who was the editor for this music video?
His name is Jamil. Yeah, he's a brilliant. Actually, I was happy to work with him because he'd been working with Marshall Montana for many years. So when you're working with the best in the game, you know, I was lucky. So I'm happy. I'm really grateful to Jamil for that.
What inspired you to write Long Time?
All right, so I didn't write that. It was presented to me. Actually, the story behind it is that it's explicit entertainment, or explicit, which is, as his real name is Mavon. He is the producer and co-writer, and he has a team that writes. And so they presented the rhythm to different artists. On the rhythm is myself, College Boy Jesse, Adam O, Nadi Batson, and Roman Moto. I'm not sure if they wrote their own songs, but I met Navon. We are friends actually, and coincidentally, we were the same place at the same time. And I was like, you know, we've been talking about working for many years, and it didn't happen. And I knew this year was 2023 was going to be the most anticipated carnival because we came out of the lockdowns. We were all bogged down. You know, a lot of people's life changed in so many ways. It affected me, you know, and my girlfriend as well. You know, so we had to adjust. You know what I mean? And then we are in the carnival industry because my girlfriend is a top designer. Her name is Annie Life, and she designs for Tribe, your private section there. So we are business partners in that, in many things, and also in the other carnivals as well. She designed for other carnivals and do production from time to time for people. So that is the whole industry that came to a halt, screeching halt.
Nice.
So it was life changing. So knowing that, now we have the opportunity to look at what happened, you know, to the other carnivals, and now everybody's looking into Trinidad and Tobago Carnival to see how are we gonna be back. You know what I mean? And it's going to be amazing. I'm excited. And I said, you know, I haven't been in the game for a little while because over the years, just to give you a quick recap on what happened with my life, I did not just look on I had Carnival's Bacchanals, a huge song. The way the girl was rolling, I had to go and hold it. Oh, baby. Aye, baby, say Carnival is bacchanal and back. Just for the viewers, they might know. So that's another. Yeah, so I have two classics, and that was me and my good friend Get a Flex on that song. So after that, you know, I had success. Not every song was a hit, but there were some songs that were radio hits, or I would perform only in Trinidad, but not go overseas. You know what I mean? And then we formed a. You know, I was always involved in Carnival. I did a private section for 3 years in Barbarossa and then in Poison. So I always dabbled in not just being a singer, but I also did events. I was one of the first artists who were popular, got into mass. I started the thing before everybody else did it because that was since Barbarossa. This is a long time. You mightn't even know about Barbarossa, but they were a big band. And out of Barbarossa came Poison and everybody else, and the Tribes and everybody else was spawned out of Barbarossa basically, right? Because they were the it band at the time. And so I did mass as well. And then eventually I got it involved with my girlfriend and some friends, and we formed a band called Spice Carnival. So we were there for 5 years, and that was a lot of work. Yeah. So I kind of had to put my career on the back burner because when you have a band and you have such a small team, we had to deliver, and that was a year-round thing because you have to plan in advance to make sure you deliver for people, and when people buy into you and give you their monies, you have to deliver. So I had to put my career in the back burner. So that affected me. Some people thought I stopped singing. I still put out music, but it's hard to juggle the boat, you know, to be out there. You know, you have to be on your game all the time.
Yeah.
So within all that, you know, I became a father recently, and
congratulations.
Thank you. I have a beautiful daughter. Her name is Skylar Grace. She's 3, going on 9. So I think she gave me the most motivation to get back into the game, really, because I see her look up at me like I'm from a sort of a little hero to her. And when I sing to her, I sing all these little nursery rhymes. And then I started to practice this song that I released about a week ago. And she shake it bambala, and she started from there and going into. So I'm like, you know what? I have to leave her a little. You know, she might not. By the time she gets a little older, you know, some of my songs will be the ones that are so popular, so old already, because they're like 20-something years old. And, you know, I said, you know, I have to leave a little legacy for her, you know what I mean? Because something that she can be proud of. So I have to reintroduce myself. So I think she gave me the biggest motivation to get back in there so that, you know, she could be proud of her daddy and see her daddy all over social media. And when she sees me on the internet, she goes crazy. She's like, Daddy, that's you.
So cute.
Yeah. So is my daughter. Is my daughter. Yeah.
Beautiful.
For
Which aspect of this music video production did you find the most enjoyable?
um, it, uh, enjoyable. I'm a very shy person.
Really?
Believe it
I
or not.
can't tell.
Yeah. I I'm a behind the scenes person. I think that affected me as well too. I don't like too much a camera. I don't like to be in front of the camera. I like to be behind the scenes. When I
Really?
go on stage
Interesting.
is a whole different thing though. Yeah. See me in a party, I'm a different person. See me on stage, I go out there and I change. People say that. But when I come off,
Wow.
I'm very humble. I'm a people person. I don't like backstage. I like to talk. I like to go out in the crowd and meet people and people kind of interact with me. So I'm a realist, you know what I mean? And I think
Mhm.
people resonate with me. Maybe too accessible. I don't know, but I don't know how to balance because that's how I grew up. You know what I mean? I'm a people person. You know what I mean? So I like to feel the energy and know if I did a performance, how it went down to people out there. And usually, if it's good, before you know it, your shoulders burning because everybody tapping your back, walking through the crowd, trying to get back to my friends, and everybody want to offer you a drink. Yeah. So I've been there, and I miss that. I miss the stage. You know what I mean? I miss performing because I have a lot of fans who and friends and family who always support me and say, "Rock, you need to get back out there, bro, because you know you had your space." I remember I'll never forget Bungie. Always told me that Bungie Garland said, "Rock, you have your space, just come back and own it." There's a certain style of music that I do, and in Trinidad we call it love way, and
Mhm.
is my is what I do, and I do it at a high level. So that's why in this song you would hear that a lot of people said that I executed this song really well vocally.
I thought so too.
Thank you. So far everybody is hot on the song. It's getting a lot of play so far on the radio stations, and I'm grateful. I hope that a lot of people who out there could text in and comment on YouTube, like the video, share it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I'll be grateful. I'll be grateful.
It's the perfect party song. Has the right
Thank you.
mood, has the right beat,
A lot of people saying
has
that,
the
but you
right
know, I have
vibe.
to say the whole rhythm is fire. The whole rhythm is fire. Because I love all the songs in it. I'm not just saying that, and I'm a team player. You know, a lot of people might say, "Rock, talk about yourself," because artists are selfish. No, well then that's not me. I believe teamwork make the dream work. That might sound cliche, but that's who I am. Because I believe in uplifting everyone. The pie is big. We need to stop fighting each other. A lot of times we talk a lot, you know, you hear artists always go out there and be like, unity, unity, unity. And then after that, that's only for radio audience. That's not me. I always try. If people do their research, they will know that I also spend a lot of money out of my own pocket to try and help artists. I wasn't even a manager, you know, but I just knew I was in a position where I could have helped,
Mhm.
and I tried to uplift people. I tried to uplift my friends when I was up, you know what I mean? So I will always be that way because that's how I grew up. I think I got that from my grandma because we didn't have much, but Lord of mercy, that woman was like a saint because she was, you know, very much in church, but we will always have we was to grow up as 7 Day Adventist people. So every Saturday, sometimes while I'm not in church, I will see some family coming down the hill. It's either they were in trouble, house burned down, they would spend time by us. We didn't have much. We didn't have a big house, and sometimes I'll get a little upset, but then I always knew. And she said, son, God will bless us. And lo and behold, I've seen God is real because the things that happened in my life and things I
Mhm.
was exposed to and the opportunities that I got, especially in Asia, that changed my entire life. And I know God is real because those blessings really came back full circle. Yeah.
What legacy do you want to leave on the world through your music?
um, I, I, I would say I've always dreamt. I mean, I know we talk about it all the time as Caribbean people, I would say, but I live in Trinidad and Tobago. So I would talk from our aspect. We all dream about having soca music on the world map and somebody getting a Grammy. Whoever it may be, I would applaud them. If it's me, I'll be happy. But the thing is, we have to work together, because when I went to Asia, I saw opportunities. Unfortunately, corporate Trinidad has to get involved, not just government. Everybody has to get involved and understand that soca music and our culture could be shot internationally. That will help the entire country if we just recognize that. Jamaica has a history of doing that, and I know from the owner of Byron Lee, I think he invested and I don't know if the government got involved, but you could see the difference, right? Because everywhere you go worldwide, people know about Jamaica, right? And in between, before in Asia, people, I would say, where are you from? I'd be like, Trinidad. I'd be like, oh, where's that? You know, but then if I mentioned Dwight York, footballer, oh, yes. Brian Lara, cricketer, yes, right? And then eventually it started to change. And then we planted the seed of soca, because remember we were there for many years. And so they started to do the research and so on and so on, because we didn't have YouTube and stuff that time. But eventually, you know, people got into, I don't know how they did the searches, but some of the DJs found our music, right? But the thing I'm getting to, we could have taken caravans of artists and find ourselves in different cities and do free concerts if we have to, but we need the investment in order to get our music out there, because I believe that soca music is the last piece of the music puzzle worldwide, because you have Latin that is out there and they have a big market, right? And a lot of people love soca, but we still, to me, it's still niche to some friends you may be exposed to, and still the Caribbean people generally. And yes, we are making strides in different countries. We go into Africa and Europe and all these things, but it's still for the music where it's at, we have to come together, where not just the artist, because the artist doesn't have the monies for us to spend it. The country has to almost act like a record label, in a sense. You understand what I'm saying? Right? Yes. The powers that be who has the money has to almost act as a record label and invest in the culture. And we don't only have soca music, we have steel pan, you know what I mean? We have so much that we can offer to the world and take our culture and exhibit it worldwide. And therefore people will want to come even more to our islands, and a lot of people could benefit. And I think then and only then, and more people actually join that's another topic for itself, because we talk about Grammys and all that, but Caribbean people need to become members in order to have a vote. So that's a different thing. I learned that recently. It's not just about popularity. So so it's a lot has to take place in order for it to go. The carnivals are getting bigger. You know what I mean? We are expanding, and the music is touching a lot. I see a lot of celebrities are getting into our music, but it still needs that investment, and the artist doesn't have that type of money to do it on their own. So the corporate and the government has to see that as a value in order for that to happen. And I think Jamaica did that many years ago. And if we want to borrow the accents, we also should borrow the way they think. They pull each other up. We tend to fight each other. Not good.
Yeah. It's important to support each other.
That's right. We talk it,
easy
but
out
we
there,
don't.
so
it's not
gotta have
acting.
each other's backs.
Exactly. You have cliques and cliques, and you have producer cliques, and you have writers cliques, and this and that. No, we had to get over that, because the pie is big. Everybody think the pie is small. No, it's big. It have room for everybody to eat.
Love that.
But it's bigger than.
It's
bigger than. It's just bigger than the fighting over the little bit. It's more money to be made out there. You know what I mean? If we just do it the way you can. You know what I mean? The opportunities are there.
And I also want to ask, what other projects are you working on right now that our viewers can look forward to seeing from you within the next year or so?
Well, right. Well, I'm going to be doing a little business. So I'm doing, because of course, I have to survive beyond the music. So I'm opening a little store soon in Cocoa Reef Hotel. Is a convenience store. And I'm doing another song should be released in December. It's a little more up-tempo. Yeah. I'm pelting some shots. One has to stick. Like I tell you, I have a burning desire to be back out there on stage because it's too long. I've been too humble.
Long time.
You know, yeah. Because when we do a whole band and we do carnival, you know, I take a back seat and make sure I have the road organized and all that, and all the fans who know me say, "Rock, we need you on top of the truck, go and sing." But I was like, "No," because you know I have the headphones in there and you know the communication with security and all that. Cause that's what I used to do, manage the road and all of that, make sure everything is running smooth. I can't do the two. You know what I mean? So right now I'm at the stage where I miss the stage so much, so I can't wait to touch the stage again. Yeah. So that is in the near future. More music, and once I get my foot in the door, I'm kicking it down.
Love it. And where can we purchase your music when you release it?
All right. So right now, this song, long time, is streaming on all streaming platforms. And of course, I have a reggae song that I released in 2019. It's called "You." Just Rocky868, Rocky868, and you can purchase it there. I have to catalog all my music from before because, like I said, most of my hits were long ago. So we didn't have streaming platforms back then. So I have to put everything in an EP and put it out. So I'm planning to do all that in the coming year, so that people have access to all the music that they enjoy from me over the years. Yeah,
And
because
where
I've
can
been
we
in the
follow
game
you
for
on
a long
social
time.
media to keep up with your releases?
Well, Rocky868 on Instagram, Rocky Clark on Facebook, and I have my fan page on Facebook as well, Rocky. On Twitter, Rocky868. Easy.
And before we wrap it up, is there anyone on your team that you'd like to give a shout out to?
I want to say thank you to the producer, Mavon, Explicit Mavon, and to all my friends. I thank him, Mavon, and the crew for trusting me with this song, because I was going to tell you before and I kind of skipped over. Blacks, they were supposed to present that song to Blacks, and unfortunately he passed, you know, so may he rest in peace. He was also one of the persons I looked up to in the industry, because he was, you know, he tried to help in between with, I got a lot of support from Roy Kib when I would have my, you know, my successful years, and so I graced the stage from time to time with them, and that was awesome. So when the Blacks wasn't around anymore and they were looking for that veteran singer, I was like, yo, I put my hand up. It's like, I'm ready. So within weeks, I was in the studio, and the producer was like, all right, Rock, you sound like you've been training. I said, yeah, I've been physically and mentally preparing myself, because I say, you know what, I have to get back in there. It's too long. I'm tired of people saying, when you're singing, you're not dropping nothing. What happened? What going?
Well, we're glad that you're back, and we're all enjoying your music video Long Time, which is now airing on Tempo and can be watched there. So look at our music video blocks throughout the day for the next several weeks and get a little bit of Long Time.
I want to also say, I don't know if the DJs might be locked on right now. I want to thank you all, those who've been playing the songs wherever you are, and those who are going to play it after this interview. The name of the rhythm is called the Rum Punch Rhythm. If you want, you can reach out to me on my Instagram page and I will send the rhythm to you. Just send me your email address. And I want to also thank Mr. Frederick, because we had the opportunity to work with him in Bago Carnival, and it was epic. And so we formed a little relationship. And Jupiter, yourself. You guys have been amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm part of the Tempo family a little
You
bit.
absolutely are. We're
You
honored to
guys,
have
you
you.
guys give me a little VIP treatment, sort of, So I'm so happy for that. So I'm hoping that I have many more interviews on Tempo where
Absolutely.
I can get my star to start shining again. So
Absolutely.
therefore, I can be up the islands because I'm looking forward to making the wrongs again overseas. I'm hoping that this a lot of people are saying it. This is a song that should take me back.
Absolutely. Thank you for being a featured artist, especially on our anniversary day. It's been a pleasure interviewing you, and we're definitely going to have more interviews in the future. We'll be in touch.
Thank you.
Have
Thank
a
you.
great
Thank
day,
you. Thank
Rocky.
you. Blessings. All right.